Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, we'll take a look at certificate management with SSLi. For SSLi to work, we need to have certificates. We can create self-signed certificates on the SSLi device. When we're in the wizard and we're in the decryption section, we can actually click on the drop-down menu at SSLi Certificate and Key and click on the Create New option. Once we click on that, we are presented with this pop-up where we can enter information in the fields and click on Create. The problem with this solution is that even though we do have a self-signed certificate, we're still going to get warnings. It's going to work, but still we're going to get warnings. The warnings will look like this, and we'll have to click on Advanced and proceed every single time that we need to create a connection from the client to the server. To counter this problem, we can create a new CA certificate and key pair and import it in PFX format on the Insight partition of the A10 device. Similarly, we'll have to import just the certificate in PEM format on the web browser on our client machine. Once these two have been imported, when we try to create a connection from the client to server, it's going to work seamlessly. Now let's look at how we can create a CA certificate and how we can import it in both the client machine's web browser as well as the A10 device. We'll be using the XCA Certificate and Key Management software. This is a freeware software that can be downloaded from the link that I'll be providing on my website. This software can be used to create keys of different types as well as certificates. We start by clicking on File and clicking on New Database. We select Desktop as the location and give it a name. Once you click on Save, the database has been created. It asks you for a database key. We're going to enter 123 as the key. Now we can create different certificates and keys. We need to go on the Certificates tab and click on New Certificate. Here you have to click Apply All so that we know that the certificate that we're creating is a CA certificate. In Subject, we go and fill in the fields. Once you're done with that, you come down here and click on Generate a New Key. Here you have different options. We don't really have to change these. We just have to select a 2K key and click on Create. Once you click on Create, the key has been created, and then you can click OK. Now we have our certificate ready. What we're going to do is we're going to click on Export, give it a name, select the path. I'm going to select Desktop, click Save, and we have to export it in two formats, PEM and PKCS12. The PKCS12 is a private key and certificate package which we are going to import on the A10 devices inside partition, while the PEM is just a certificate that we're going to import in the web browser. It asks us for a password for the key. I've entered ABC. Now we can click OK. We click on Export one more time, and this time we export it in the PEM format and click OK. You can see that we have just a certificate and key pair. Now we can close this program. So we start by first importing the key and certificate pair onto our A10 device. We can see that we have the SSLi test certificate that we created ourselves applied here. We're going to click on Import in the Configuration tab. Once you click on Import, it gives you some options. We're going to give it a name. Let's name it SSLi Test Certificate. We're going to import it in PFX format. Choose the file. Enter the key password, which was ABC in our case, and click Import. We have the certificate and key imported successfully. We select that and click on Save. Once we've clicked Apply, we're notified that the import was successful. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we have to go into the Ubuntu client and open a web browser. In our case, it's going to be Mozilla Firefox. On the Firefox, we click on Edit and go to Preferences. Here, we click on Advanced, go to Encryption, and click on View Certificates. Now, I've used WinSCP to import the certificate file from my Windows machine to the Ubuntu VM on my VM workstation, and now I'm going to import that file. I click on the user directory. This is the certificate that we created. I click on Open. We can view the certificate. This is the one that we created, and we click OK. Once we click OK, we can see that our certificate is available in the list, and we can click OK once again and close this window. If you don't have a Mozilla Firefox web browser and you want to do the whole process but with Chrome, you can click on the Options button, go to Settings. Here you can scroll down, click on Advanced Settings, scroll down some more, and once you reach the HTTPS SSL option, you can click on Manage Certificates. Here you have the import option. Click on the button, click Next, click on Browse, select your certificate file, click on Next, Next, Finish, and you've successfully imported the file onto your Chrome web browser. One last thing that we need to do is we need to go and change the hosts file on our Linux system and enter a domain name for the IP address of our server. If we don't have a domain name, we won't be able to use the certificate and make connections using HTTPS. One thing to remember here is that your domain name has to be the same as your certificate's common name. We open the file etc/hosts. You can see that I've added my IP address along with the domain name that was the common name of my certificate. We can close this file, go to the web browser, and enter the address. Once you click enter, you'll be able to see the web page and confirm that our setup works. You can download the XCA Certificate and Key Management software and WinSCP at these links. I'll also be posting these in the video description so that you can easily download and use the softwares. That's all you need to know for SSLi's certificate management. Please join us next time. Thank you.